on this computer. And now make host. Yes.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Robby Yates, and I have a fantastic guest panel here of some individuals. We're going to have a great conversation. We have Bryan Watson. We have Vernon. And Vernon, forgive me your last name. I can barely make it out there. What's your last name?
Castleton.
Castleton. That should be easy enough.
There we go.
And we have Ben Wolfe. Ben Wolfe is with us. He has been in the entertainment industry for well over, I'll say 3 decades. I was going to say 36 years, but man, he has a lot of salt in the game, if you will, and has a promotional company in the round entertainment, and has been just absolute wealth of knowledge. It's got a lot of stuff going on in the Memphis area, in the Mid-South, and recently just did Springfest here in Shelby Forest, and has other stuff coming up in the fall. Can't wait to really dive in and learn more about what all you do, Ben, and how we can just help you out and kind of pick your brain and potentially, send you some more business. So, Ben, unbelievable. Welcome to the Forward Forum and welcome to the show.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And thank you for allowing me to get on.
Well, Ben, I know you wear many hats. We were talking about it before we hit recording. And I know you've been in the industry for, you said 36 years. What is the drive and the passion that keeps you going, keeps you moving forward for the promotion?
Man, I tell you, I don't know. Like I said, about 36 years ago, my dad brought me a guitar home from the fire department. He was on Memphis Fire. Picked the guitar up, and to be honest with you, never put it down. And about 11 years ago, I quit playing live and traveling, you might say, and thought, what am I going to do now? So actually, I got on the fire department. I was there for 11 years myself prior to that. And then started, after I came off in 2004, I started this entertainment company. And basically the drive is I love music. I just love the passion of it. I love helping other artists. I love to see people achieve goals. It's like the music industry and the modeling industry is a tough business to ever get into. But so I like helping people. Well, I've worked with some. No, I'm not the model, but I've worked with promotional people that wanted to get into the modeling world, and was able to put them into different forms to where they could actually get some experience, photographers, and and go from there. But as far as the entertainment company, I love the music business so much, and I thought, if I'm going to get into it, what can I do that's realistically what you got to face is what separates you from everybody else. And I'm not saying I've separated myself too much, but in the round entertainment is entertainment for a cause. So everything that we do, I don't care if it's a golf scramble or a music festival, whatever it is, we give something back to either a nonprofit, someone in need, an organization, somebody, just to help them out.
I love that. You said, it's for a cause. How do you find that cause to go about trying to give back? Is that something that one of the vendors has in place, or maybe the place where you're going to host the event? How do you figure out what cause to give to?
The very first one I ever did was with the Alzheimer's Association in the Mid-South. My mom had dementia and passed away in 2015 from a heart attack, but it was just a sad state of affair to kind of get, 5 or 6 questions a day, the same one. And we started realizing some things going on. And in the meantime, I have an uncle and a cousin who had got Alzheimer's. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a golf scramble. And so I joined up with the Mid-South Alzheimer's Association, and we did that golf scramble for about 4 years and was able to give money back to that organization. And then I have a cousin, which a lot of you guys know, Allison. Her son's got autism. And so we thought, what can we do for that? So we joined up with the Autism Society in Memphis, and we did a couple of years of a 5K run. And so that helped. And then the Spring Fest and the Bluegrass Festival and the Trail of Terror that I do out in Shelby Forest is dear to my heart because I grew up in that park. I worked there as a kid. My granddad was a game warden, and I thought, what am I going to do instead of playing live? What can I do promotion-wise? And I thought, man, this field came available. This baseball complex, UA Moore Park out in Shelby Forest, came available. So I lease it twice a year from the state. And I thought, I'll just, lease the park and then join up with these nonprofits. So we have done stuff every year. Every year we give something back to the park. But we also join up with nonprofits. I've joined up since then with the Alzheimer's Association twice since we've been there, and the Autism Society once. So that's kind of where I'm at as far as that cause and that passion.
Yeah, man, I admire that. You still go on that and keep that drive. The annual events that you're having and you host, is that something that I know you see you hit a Spring Fest? Is that something that you have everything else lined up for the fall, or are you still planning that, or how's that looking going ahead into the fall?
Yes, sir. Everything I do, I work on him from 4 to 6 months out. So we started on the Spring Fest back around Thanksgiving, and we just had that April 17th. Had great crowds, best crowds ever since we've been doing it 9 years. 10 to be next year, and then we have a thing called the Trail of Terror, which will be going on in October, and then in November we have the Aquacelli Bluegrass Festival, and then Christmas in the Forest. So those have been going on for 4 or 5 years, plus the Spring Fest for the last 9. And so then I got a question to me one day at the city of Millington. They said, why don't you do something in the city of Millington? And I literally been wanting to do a Christian music festival for, I mean, seriously, probably the last 7, 8 years. And I literally, I mean, people can say a lot of stuff. I was laying in bed one night and I woke up and just out of the blue, Redeemer came in my mind. And I thought, that's the festival. I thought this, what can I name it now? And it literally like a light bulb. And I say it was an answer to prayer, really. Redemption Fest came in my mind, and that was it. I thought, that's it, Redemption Fest. So I thought, well, where am I going to have it? And I'm just telling you, as crazy as it sounds, Millington, the Millington Farmers Market popped in my brain, and I thought, I'm going to go find out from Mr. Haley, who is the town superintendent and the mayor here in Millington. And they were all on board and thought, it sounds good to us, let's do it. So from there, basically thought, who's going to be my charity? I was with Jim Holcomb, who owns Mattress Clearance Center in Millington. And Jim and I were talking one day. I've known Jim for 43 years. And he said, you ever heard of this place called Camp Conquest, which is located right off West Union here in Millington? I said, never heard of it in my life. I said, I know where it's at. I saw a sign that said Camp Conquest, but I had no clue. So I reached out to the gentleman over there, Mark Price is his name. He's a director. And man, you would just thought heaven came down. Man, he was so excited. I said, man, we just want to join up and we want to give you portions of the proceeds back to this camp. I said, I don't really know what you do. And he just told me, he said, we're a kids disability camp. We take one of 300 camps in the whole United States that will take any kid of any disability, from having trachs to whatever, they take them. So they got, I think he told me they had 75 kids on a waiting list. I thought, man, what a great opportunity. So, so much I could tell you, but I went to, pedaling away and thought, who am I going to bring in? Made some phone calls and got with Reagan Strange, which I've been working with Reagan for the last, since she was 11 years old. Kevin and Bethany Page, who I know Bryan's good friends with, and we've known those folks for a long time. And then I thought, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to go big or go home. Yeah. And I went home one time in 2015. We won't talk about that one. But so I got on the phone and we booked Jason Crabb, who is an incredible artist, and then Unspoken, who is our headliner that day. So we're really excited about these guys. I mean, they love the Lord and they're on fire. So we're really excited.
Yeah, it definitely sounded like the Lord was working his magic. You said you woke up in the middle of the night, everything just kind of put right in front of you, things that you were thinking about, but then opportunities opened up. Man, that's remarkable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So the Redemption Fest coming up, that's gonna be the first. This is gonna be the inaugural fest coming up.
Yes, sir. It's inaugural, June the 5th, and it will be at the Millington Farmers Market, and it'll be from 10:50. Well, gates open about 10, but the music starts at 10:30 and goes to 7:15. We'll probably get out of there around 8 o'clock that night.
Yeah, you said June 5th. Is it just that one day only?
It is for the first year. Again, that's from experience too. A long time ago, tried to do a 2-day deal and thinking, but I probably should have kept it one day. But we're going to do one day this year and see how it goes. And we'll have multiple of food trucks, arts and craft vendors, just a whole lot of stuff. It's a family day. It's called Bringing Unity to Community. With the day and time we're living in, with so much chaos, disrespect, and all the things that go on. Again, Jim and I were talking, and I said, man, I need to get some type of little tagline. And Jim said, bringing unity to community. And I said, that's it.
That's it.
I know that's it. And that was it. And we never come up with another one. So it's bringing unity to community.
Yeah, I love that unity to community. So everything's just falling right into place. So June 5th, the farmers market, where exactly is that in Millington for people that don't know? I know you could Google it, but if they don't want to Google it, where is it?
Yes, sir, you can Google it. I will say that the numbers, I don't know, but it's on Easley Street.
That's it.
So if you just Google Easley Street, but you can, the Millington Farmers Market, it'll take you right to it. But it's off Navy Road, Veterans Parkway, right in the heart of Millington.
Yeah, so you got the music, the food truck, obviously given to a great cause. And what about as far as other ways to find that out? Is there a website or anything we could check out to see information on that?
Yeah, absolutely. You can go to Facebook, you can go to Redemption Fest, and you also can go to redemptionfest.com, and the website is up and running. And you also, if you want to purchase tickets, you can go to 901tix.com. That's 901tix.com. Purchase tickets there. Man, it's just, I mean, seriously, I'm excited about it. It's going to be a big day of fun and just love it on people.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I can feel the energy coming through the screen. He's definitely passionate about it, which I admire, because you have to have the passion to put all that in place. Because if you don't have the passion and everything else, it's not going to happen.
Absolutely. Yeah. I love it. I love the business and I love helping people. So
Yeah, obviously you have 36 years and counting, so I could see it pouring out of you. How much of the proceeds, go back towards the charity that you're going to be working with locally in Millington?
Well, yeah, yes, sir. And usually the way I set that up, I talked to the organization. We've done some stuff with St. Jude as well. I didn't mention that earlier, but what we're going to do is we're actually giving, one of them's not really a charity, you might say. It depends how you look at it, but it'll be $1 ticket given back to Camp Conquest and $1 ticket back to the city of Millington. So in essence, that's $2 towards every ticket sold will be going back into, like I said, the nonprofit, which is Camp Conquest, and then into the city of Millington to sow into someone that maybe is in need. I've talked to the mayor and Mr. Haley to let them kind of decide where that money ought to be spent as well. And so then I'm also on that day too, will be giving some more money back just from myself as from my company to either match or, give something more back to Camp Conquest.
Oh, okay. Man, that's great. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to June 5th, getting after it and hearing some great music and getting back to some great calls. And man, I just appreciate that. I know that Bryan and Vernon probably have some questions for you as well. So I'll let them jump in here and have some conversations. I didn't want to steal the show away from them, man, but man, I love it. I'm looking forward to it.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'll take one and then back to Vernon. And I know people watching that we're trying to keep these 20 minutes or less from bell to bell. One thing, Ben, is when I go to 901 Ticks, a couple things I'm looking at on my computer. One is the physical address on Easley's there, but two, I hope that you have available either magnets or window stickers of this beautiful, beautiful logo you've created.
Yeah, thank you.
I really think it's got a kind of a evangelization built into it. It's really, really good looking, and I can't wait. Is there going to be any and then is there going to be any vendors? And over to Vernon.
Yeah, yes, sir. And thank you for that comment there. We do appreciate that. But as far as vendors for us that day, we will be selling window stickers that will actually physically go in, like the back of your window and your vehicle. And we'll also be selling T-shirts that day with Redemption Fest, the logo on it. Here's one of the tickets that I don't know if you can really see it, but you can see the logo there if you look. But yes, we'll have the window stickers and we'll have T-shirts available that day for sure.
Will there be any? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Vernon. I was going to ask if other companies could have booths too, but I am
yes,
a question hog.
No. And let me yes, when you go to redemptionfest.com, there's a vendor tab there, and you can actually apply to be a vendor. We are in the process with the venue on how many we can accept. Right now, I think we're going to 30 vendors. We might be able to get more, but right now I think a window of an opportunity depending on ticket sales and then how many people want to come in. Looking at about 30, being the first year at this venue.
Vernon, I think you're muted.
Sorry, guys, habit. Trying to keep the background noise out of here. One of the things I want to hear a little bit more about is particularly in the context of Redemption Fest, is your idea to the concept of following what you called just an idea that hit you out of the blue. Particularly with Redemption Fest, I would call it inspiration. Directly from the source. But how much have you used that principle, not just with Redemption Fest, but with your businesses in general, and what you've done throughout your career?
As far as what now? As far as
do you use that a lot? Is that something that you lean on a lot as you have gone through your career, whether it be as a firefighter, as an entertainment guy, as a musician? How much does that inspiration become a part of your life? As
far as my faith,
your faith is, and relating that to career, because I know there's a lot of people out there that they go to church, they have business, and the two never mix. That's
Sure.
not my personal experience, but it doesn't seem to be yours either.
It's not, as far as, like I was explaining a little bit earlier, in everything that I've always done, I really genuinely, people can say a lot of stuff. They can tell you stuff to your face, and then in the backside, you go, okay, I don't really think that's really what they meant. I genuinely love helping people. Whatever I can do to help people. I do have a strong faith as a Christian, believing that everything happens for a reason. And that we don't know what everybody's going through in life. And so those people that are struggling, I look at people with autism, and I look at people that have Alzheimer's, and the things that they're facing on a day-to-day basis. And, even you kind of perceive sometimes that nothing's going on, or, what I'm saying? But I kind of get this discernment at time for people. And it's just something that's a passion of mine to reach out. And I try to use that through the music, as far as being, I guess, the vehicle to reach people through either live shows or just working with music artists in general. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, it does. So, that following that inspiration, one of the things that you told me is you had at a single event, you've had as many as 3,000 people. I don't know about the other events and stuff, but you've been able to take that inspiration, that guidance, that gut feeling, however people want to put it. And I think that comes from God. There's no question about that. But you've been able to affect thousands of lives every year with that.
Absolutely. So, this year, the Spring Fest, I think we had a little 4,000 people show up, which was just, in my small world of what I'm trying to do, watching people come in and talking to them and hearing people say, thank you for doing this, or thank you for giving back to this nonprofit or this charity. It's just something that, it makes me feel really good. Because I love doing that. So the date, all the work that we put in, and that I put in through the months of building up, it comes down to one day, really. And that's the day that the gates open and we see the people come in, and I get excited, especially now. If they don't start showing up, I start getting worried. But when I see them coming through the gate, it's exciting. Again, it's hard for me to explain how much I love helping people, how much I love Shelby Forest, how much I love just to reach out to people in need and see what I can do on just some small scale or a large scale.
Excellent, man. That's exciting, Ben. I tell you what, it's your passion, it exudes, and it just emanates from you through the screen. So we greatly appreciate that. Learning more about Redemption Fest, June 5th, out in Millington. Looking forward to it. And then I know Bryan and Vernon, it was just great to have everybody on just to collaborate. And this is just, I can't wait to see the event and everything take shape and take hold, man. So keep doing what you're doing. I greatly admire the passion that you lead with. So keep doing amazing things, man.
I appreciate that. And thank y'all for having me. It means a lot. And I'm excited to see what's going to happen in the future of this year, 2021.